managing all these clients, building my own business in the past, I've understood and I understand how to get optimum results on PPC. Now, one of the most important things to do in the early stages is the organization side of things. So that's exactly what I'm going to dive into right now. I'm going to share my screen and show you how you can correctly organize your Amazon PPC to set yourselves up for success. Let's dive in. Right, we are here inside an Amazon ads section here. And what we're going to do is first of all go to create portfolio. So every single product that you create, you should put it into a portfolio. So if you're going to launch a brand new product, let's say we're launching a birthday gifts hamper, like a birthday gifts for men hamper, I would first of all, once I've launched that product, once that product is in the way to Amazon, I would then add a campaign, a portfolio name, So the first of all, I would call the campaign, I would call the portfolio, let's say as an overview, let's call it birthday hamper for men. And if you had more than one birthday hamper for men, you should then name this with the ace in. You could then name this with a type of variation. Let's say it's a blue branding on the hamper instead of green. You want to put blue just so that you can differentiate the difference. Because what we're going to do in a minute, once we've done all this, is then, once you've got all these portfolios set up, you're going to have to at a snapshot understand what portfolio correlates to what ASIN. So birthday hamper for men, let's leave it at that right now. So once we're inside the actual portfolio, that's when we want to start creating campaigns. So one portfolio per ASIN, guys, and create that portfolio when your products are inbound, right? It's not going to spend anything until your products are actually in stock, so don't worry about that. That's a normal concern people have. Let's start creating the campaign. So that is our birthday hamper for men. Now, when you're creating your campaign, it's totally up to you, but what you want to do is some sort of abbreviation so that you understand what product this is, right? So for example, when we're managing our clients so that clients know, so when my agency, ClickFox, the name is creating portfolios and ad groups, what we will do is put ClickFox to start with so that we know that's us that's created this. Now, if you're doing this on your own, what you want to do is have some sort of abbreviation to the ASIN that you're doing so that once again, you can click into your portfolio and you know straight away what ASIN that is attributed to. But if you're looking at them on a campaign basis or targeting, which we'll go into another day, then that's when you need to understand also from a campaign basis what this particular campaign is associated with in terms of which ASIN. So organization is so important here, guys, otherwise it ends up just a total mess. So I would call this, let's say, birthday hamper for men. So the abbreviation there is BHFM. You could decide to have it, you could just call it birthday hamper, birthday hamper for men, something like that. I'm going to leave it birthday hamper for men, the abbreviation there. I am then going to put a slight space there, obviously put the dot there, and what I'm going to then do is break this down in depending on what campaign you want to do. Okay, so the campaign, the ad group setting, the ad group name is, by the way, the same down here as the campaign name. So once we've done it, we're going to copy that and paste it down there. So just to be clear, you have one portfolio, which is the overview for all of your ASINs. You then have the ad group and campaign name are always the same, and we have one portfolio for all of that product's campaigns. What's sitting under that portfolio, right, is going to be a set of campaigns and ad groups. I have one ad group and one campaign per product, right? But then per the particular breakdown of ad group, which we're going to then target, which I'll go into now and explain that. So the abbreviation is BHFM, birthday hamper for men. So that at a snapshot overview, you understand what this is attributed towards, what hamper, what ASIN this is for. The next stage we then want to go into is looking into what this campaign is actually going to be for. So for example, is this exact targeting? Is this an exact targeting for your top 5 keywords? If so, put that. So we've got the birthday hamper for men. We're then going to have top 5, let's say, competitor, ignore the capitals, competitor keywords. So then you know straight away, looking at that campaign, that is for the top 5 competitor keywords. And is that exact broad or phrase? Generally, you don't want to mix them. Now, you can slightly, but to get the best results, if you've got a decent budget, you should be testing one ad group, one campaign per exact broad and phrase. Okay, so we could put E there, which stands for exact. Okay. If you've got more than, if you want to test them in broad and phrase as well, I would suggest putting them in their own grab group and their ad group and their own campaign, right? Maximum of 5, maybe 6 keywords. Okay. So we would then go and create this same ad group and campaign under the one portfolio for this ASIN, and then we would test them keywords for exact, broad, and phrase. That's just giving you an example, right? So for an organization point of view, it's this top 5 competitor keywords, E, which stands for exact, and then if you've got more, right? So that's the top 5 competitors. If you've got more of the top 5 keywords for your competitors, then you may want to go ahead and put something like batch 1. Okay. And then if you've got more that you want to test, you can come in here, create the exact same campaign, and then put batch 2 to test the next 5 of the keywords. I hope that makes sense, guys. That's the sort of organization point of view. We then take that, copy that, put it all the way down here, paste it in there, and then start setting our bids, right? In terms of what we do after that, guys, I'm not going to show you the above. Okay, because that's some products that we can't have you seeing, but you choose the product that you want to advertise. You then come down here for targeting, and you can either choose to do an automatic or a manual targeting right here, as you can see. And we're not going to go into this now because it's not about how to do PPC, this particular video. I'll do some more on that in the future. Let me know what you want me to do videos on. This is just for the organization type of thing. We do all this normal stuff, any negative targeting you need to do, fixed bids, dynamic down bids, up and down, whatever you want to do. And then we apply our budget. We've got all that in there, and then we simply click launch campaign. So guys, that's how I do organization. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh yeah, so that's just for exact. What do we do with all the other campaigns? Well, you use the same structure. Okay, so we use the same structure. When I'm creating, now I don't do all the PPC for all my clients, obviously. We've got a lot now at ClickFox that we manage, and we've got teams that do it for them. But how I personally do it is every single client that we're looking at, that we're taking on and we're doing a launch for, I will create a portfolio for each ASIN that we're launching, and then an ad group and a campaign that will be the exact same name for any type of targeting we're doing. I've just told you about the type of targeting you can do there. You can do exact, broad, and phrase for top 5 competitors. You may want to do the, top 5 keywords, and then do batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. If you've got 10, 15, 20 keywords you want to test, you then may want to test them on an automatic campaign and keep that structured as well in a new campaign under the same portfolio. You may want to do competitor targeting as well. Once again, competitor targeting, just do the abbreviation of your product, and then you want to go ahead and target it and just explain what you're targeting. You may want to do automatic campaigns, per product on a product ASIN level, or an all inventory, and then just add your product to that. Many different ways you can do this, guys. I also do things called halo campaigns as well, or a hyper relevant keyword campaigns. And what they are is, once we've extracted data from auto campaigns, once we've extracted data from phrase that we've been testing, broad that we've been testing, and we can see some keywords or some competitor products that are targeting, that are doing really well, or some halo keywords that are doing really well, I'll put them into their own campaigns under the portfolio of that product. Okay, and then the ad group and the campaign name are exactly the same. So let's just say T hamper is the main keyword. We would then put that into its own campaign on the abbreviation BHFM or whatever it is, birthday hamper for men, and then we would have it as halo campaign, halo targeting, halo keyword, and then I'll put another space, and then I'll put whether it's exact, broad, or phrase, whatever it is, whatever the data says is the best one that we've tested. And then after that, I will actually put in brackets the particular keyword that we're targeting, so that when we're scrolling down the campaigns, we can actually get a really good bird's eye view of what keyword is performing well. And then what PPC is, guys, it's just this rinse and repeat formula of keep testing, grinding it down. This is why we say to the clients that join us, you've got to wait at least 3 or 4 months to get really good sort of results, because it takes a while to just grind this data down, extract data, test different keywords, and all that type of stuff, guys. I hope that video's helped. If you want to contact me or my agency, hit the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.